Andrew here, and I think it's time that people who wish to comment on the passing political scene learn to read. Maybe read a book or two. What brought that on? Spencer Fernando. Now, he's a journalist, commentator, somewhat on the right. I've tripped over his stuff occasionally. And he was wondering, of late, how did the Liberal Party become so illiberal under Blackface Hitler? Spencer, have you ever read a book? No, seriously, have you ever read anything? Have you even been alive during Liberal governments? How did the Liberal Party become illiberal under Blackface Hitler? Who was the last major Liberal Prime Minister before Blackface? Not the minor ones, the ones who held minorities or short-lived governments. Majority, long-term. Why, that would be Jean Chretien. Jean Chretien of, "Oh, pepper, I put that on my plate" fame. Also of bags of unmarked bills to his cronies in the ad scandal. That Chretien. But let's go back to the pepper on the plate thing. That was in response to his sending out his bully boys in the RCMP to pepper spray protesters. Oh, wait. A Liberal Prime Minister, used the RCMP as his goon squad. Where have I heard that before? I mean, outside of last week in Ottawa. You see, the dictator of Indonesia, Suharto, was coming to town. And people were protesting his dictatorship and his human rights abuses. And so what did Jean Chretien do? Well, in the fine Liberal tradition of supporting peaceful protest, he called in the stormtroopers. And when challenged on it in Parliament, by a non-poodle in the press, he made the joke about the pepper spray. He made a joke about pepper on his plate. Really liberal. But okay, no. Let's keep going back through my lifetime. Who was the major Liberal Prime Minister before Jean Chretien? Pierre Elliott Trudeau, of Invocation of the War Measures Act fame, when we're not at war. Like father, like son. Something embarrassing is happening in your polity? Martial law. Bring in the stormtroopers. Pierre Trudeau is famous for many things, attempting, the rise of Quebec separatism and the trying to drive the West out of Confederation, Western alienation through the national energy policy. But there's also the RCMP. It's illegal for the RCMP to burn barns in Quebec. Well, maybe I should make it legal for the RCMP to burn barns in Quebec. I know Pierre is dead and enjoying the warm, sunny beaches of hell, but it's illegal for the RCMP to burn barns because it's wrong. It's not wrong because it's illegal. It's illegal because it's wrong. Making something legal, like the darned War Measures Act or Emergency Measures Act, does not stop it being wrong. But let's roll in the tanks. Send in the jackboots. Okay, that's Pierre. So, since the 60s, the Liberal Party has not been terribly liberal. Let's keep on traveling back in time to another lion of the Liberal Party. Ironically, lying William McKenzie. The guy famous for not wanting the Jews fleeing the death camps of Germany, of Nazi Germany, to be allowed in the country. The man famous for using the War Measures Act to round up Canadians of Japanese descent and put them in concentration camps. Got to keep them dirty brown, not white folk away from decent people, right, liberals? That sounds real liberal. No, they weren't liberal even back in the Depression and the war. Well, let's keep on going back. Maybe we can find a liberal. Let's go back to the founding father of the modern Liberal Party of Canada, Saint Laurent. The man who brought in the most racist immigration policy Canada has ever seen. I believe it was a tenfold increase on the tax to keep Chinese out, an outright ban on Indians, and serious discouragement to try and keep blacks out of the country. The man, in perfect liberal fashion, didn't want them dirty others getting into the country. Saint Laurent is so important to the Liberals, the Laurentian Society is named for him. This is the club that all the bigwigs of the Liberal Party belong to. And the founding heart and soul godfather, the guy that Chretien wanted his third majority so that he could say he had as many as Saint Laurent, was an illiberal, dyed-in-the-wool, flaming bigot, just like Blackface Hitler. So, Spencer, why, how, whatever did the Liberals become so illiberal under Blackface Hitler? The good news is, they didn't. They did not become illiberal under Trudeau the son. They were illiberal a long time before that creature ever happened.